We are told the administration is working on a list of new gun control measures in the wake of the Connecticut school shooting tragedy in December. Mr. Biden met with the victims' groups and gun safety organizations today, and tomorrow he will sit down with gun rights advocates, including the NRA, National Rifle Association, as the gun industry complains that there's more fact than fiction, I should say fiction than fact, in the national debate we're suddenly having over gun regulations. Lars Larson is a syndicated radio host with Compass Media Networks, and he's back with me now. Lars, now we have a couple of pieces of news coming in on what exactly they're talking about. Today, we heard more from the White House on possible executive actions by the president to curtail gun rights. We don't exactly know what that means or what he could do to bypass Congress on this issue. But the thing that had been released earlier this week in a Washington Post article spoke to two things in particular I want to ask you about as a gun rights advocate. Universal background checks. That's one thing they want to do that they didn't do in the 2004 assault weapons ban. Universal background checks. Right now, if you buy a gun at a gun show, they say you don't need a background check, and they want to close that loophole. What is the controversy about doing that?
Well, there are two controversies. First is when you say universal background checks, does that mean for people who own guns today or only for purchases? Every purchase at a gun store in America requires a background check. Every purchase from a licensed dealer at a gun show requires a background check. Now, if I go to a gun show and I meet a gentleman that I want to buy a rifle from, and it's a private one-to-one transaction, in most places in America, a background check is not required. I always go through the FFL background check so that I can assure the seller of that weapon that he knows who he's selling to and that I'm legally capable of possessing it. But it wouldn't make a darn bit of difference, because in all the mass shootings that have happened, they haven't found one yet where that kind of private party transaction was a significant part of it. Columbine is perhaps the best example, because a young lady went to a gun show, bought some guns privately without going through a dealer, but she would have passed the background check because she was of the appropriate age, didn't have a criminal record, didn't have a mental health background. So having the background check in place would not have prevented her from buying the guns and giving them to Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold.
So you're saying
these are
that
meaningless measures.
Okay, so you're saying that is not a problem area, even though people complain about it. There aren't any significant number of cases that we can point to that emerge of gun violence because the background check wasn't performed at the gun show sale.
Correct.
That's interesting. Okay.
And so it's a straw man. It's a straw man that sounds good. We're going to close the loophole. Well, what does that do? Nothing.